Hello everyone, welcome to the session. Please let me know if you are able to hear me properly. Okay, it would be great if you can let me know. For those who don't know me, I'm Niharika John Mehra and I am faculty of English. I take English sessions here also under our courses, and you will find our courses on our app and on our website. Details are in the description box below. जल्दी से if you can let me know. I'm still waiting for you people to let me know if I'm properly audible and visible, and then we shall begin in a minute or two. I believe everything is good to go, and let's get going. Sure. We'll start with doing the questions. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'll put a timer here. There you go. This is your next question. Dot. Now there is a word you can use. You have to use this word, the same word, in all three sentences given over here. So the star is much too far off for any telescope to make out a tiny black. Now there is something like a noun I need over here. So tiny black what? Tiny black smear. Smear as a noun means something that is not an exact figure, is smudged. Okay. Then a drop. Drop is, if I am using it as a noun, it I might mean the shape of drop. Doesn't make sense. Speck is also a small uh, kind of. A speck is actually small particle of wood or something, or of anything, but makes no sense here. Dot, I can say. Mark also, maybe it can come. Let's see other two sentences. The tailor suggested increasing the size of the button in the center, which looked like a dash against the white background. The button, you all know, it's like a dot, okay? It's not a mark, speck, drop, or smear. So from this itself, I know this is the answer. The tall trees which dot. Now here is the twist. Many words in English you will get to know which are nouns as well as verbs, or maybe they are verbs and adjectives also. So here we are not using dot as uh, a noun. Small. There are tall trees, and they are marking out. Okay, they are marking out. Dotting as a verb means you are using dots, and with that, with the help of a lot of dots, you are marking something. Like we used to do this, no, school days. So instead of making something like this, you're dotting it out. So it's dotting, it's marking the landscape, lend a picturesque view. That's why, as a verb and as a noun in first two sentences, I can use the word. That's your answer. You have to answer here in the chat. Answer is magazines. Although the soldier had a loaded gun, he took spare dash to attack the enemy. Now, here, this was the deciding one, okay? Uh, Gazettes, magazine, journals, documents, pamphlets. They are from the same family, different types of paper material, okay? Magazine as a noun is synonym of gazette and journals in some or the other way, but this is also a very specific word used in the context of gun. So the container that is used where cartridges are put in a loaded gun, that is called magazine. That is not any of the other word. So from the first one itself, if you have any idea about it, we use it to store all the cartridges, okay? So he took a spare extra, you can say, cartridge of the bullets to attack the enemy, and that's why magazines. From the first sentence itself, we know this is the answer. The only condition here is you should know what exactly it means. Historically, when artillery was fired with gunpowder, a warship's dash were built. So magazines, that's what we are saying. The storage of any ammunition. Before the advent of TV, people used to wait eagerly for the magazine. Now, this is the paper magazine we are talking about, the literal magazine. Answer here we have is organ. Rita edits the company's dash that is distributed. Now, department cannot be something that is distributed to people, right? Department, people could be distributed to a particular department, but not this. Now, edits, edit कर रहे हैं and company का fragment. No, a part, company's organ that is distributed to employees and customers twice a year. The court and the government organ support it. Now, organ word itself can mean a lot. Okay. Again, there is something that is supported, then was particularly played by ancient Greek and Romans. Playing wala jo part hai, organ is a musical instrument first of all. Organ is a short form of an organism. Organ is any kind of department functioning in a specific manner. So you can say uh, this is a particular department. Instead of saying that, you can say this is the organ which does so and so. So court and government organ, here it stands for a particular department. Rita edits the company's organ. Now this means a particular uh, um set of rules functioning, basically functioning not rules. तो वहां पे भी आप organ का use कर सकते हो. The answer here is score. Again, multiple meanings we have attached with this word. Back in 2009, Indian composer won two Oscars for the score he composed. Now, the first meaning of this word, when we use this word score, with respect to music and all, it refers to an act of um, presenting whatever you have composed. Okay, that's why we are saying for the score. 300 runs is a decent score. This is the number of goals, number of runs, and all. So, that kind of score, which is a noun. So, this, of course, is very easy. The Simpsons have taken every opportunity to settle score. Settling score with someone is making sure that what you are reverting it. Okay, so that is the settlement we are talking about. Okay, so in all three conditions, there was only one word that we could have used. I'll take you through the other words. Groove is a noun, is a canal. Okay, it also means a dead end, something that is uh, stuck in the same motion. Okay, people groove. When you can use this word as a noun, it means to dance in a particular motion, in a particular way. That's grooving. बाकी तो आपके words न्यू ट्रैफिक रूल्स इम्पोज पेनल्टी, कोई चीज लगाई जाती है. Cannot endorse is to support, enact is to make sure a rule or something comes into function. So impose is only one thing we can use, because penalty is something, none other verb goes well with the word. Then this ministry is reluctant to impose a prohibition, lagana. Then this World Trade Organization authorized President Trump to impose tariffs. So सभी चीजें जो लागू होती हैं, they are implemented in a way, उसको हम we call it imposing. The double fillers. Even as machines free men from drudgery. Okay, so even as robot like machines free men from drudgery, they unwilling displace men from jobs. So see, simultaneously means something happening side by side, and even as ka user, I want something that is happening in contrast. So here we I cannot say automated machines. Machines can be automated. Now, antiquate and accelerated machines. These two words, with the word machines as a noun, they give you no sense at all. Okay, anything that is antiquate or antiquated is out of date. So, why we are talking about out of date machines? Free men from drudgery. Of course, this gives no meaning at all. For those people who have difficulty in understanding what drudgery is, ये जो question में word है, this means toiling, laboring, hard work. So these machines, they are freeing up people from hard work. At the same time, they are unwillingly, unknowingly displacing men. They are also taking over men's job. Ineluctably. Okay, ineluctable is an adjective जिसका मतलब होता है you cannot escape something. Inescapably. So this will not go with the context. बाकी कोई ऐसा word है नहीं जो कठिन है. Let's move to the next one. Okay, the answer is hierarchy and patriarch. Very famous word. Camille, eldest of France's great impressionist, dash. That included Monet, Manet, Renoir, Degas was the moments dash. So these all were the famous painters, impressionists. So this Camille was the movement's patriarch and its saint. Okay, uh, eldest जो थे यहाँ पे, that included all these. So we are talking about the person being the head of something, where we get to see so many other famous ones are included. So we cannot say any other word but patriarch. That means senior figure. That means parent, father of someone, something. So this is not the literal father, but I hope you understand. The other words, and in the first one, of course, hierarchy will come. The first one, that is your word dozen. Okay, it's not dozen, it's dozen. That is to give a dose to someone. Okay, it is derived from the word dose, and that's what we have. Gadfly, it is a noun. Okay, it is actually a person who is more into criticism, who is very irritating. That kind of a person is called a gadfly. Demon, defector, I don't think I need to take these words. Sodality, this means it relates to a brotherhood that is usually found in Roman Catholic people. And then we have the word cabal. Now, this word cabal is something we have seen in previous years also. Important word. So, a party, a gang, a clique, you can say, CLIQUE wala, but it relates more to politics, and it's secretive. It's a covert group, you can say. उसको हम cabal बोलते हैं. In diplomatic dash, the dash. Now, whenever you have blanks so close to each other, you have to be extra careful. So, in diplomatic dash, uh, okay, so I'll explain. I hope that will help. So, in diplomatic dealing, maybe in diplomatic parlance. Now, whenever you have some kind of, excuse me, some kind of a speech using words so that the other party might be interested, that kind of diplomatic dialogues. Language, you can say circles, the permission sought by one government from another to the name of a proposed ambassador. Now, this is nothing that has to do with permission. Second word, of course, it's not giving me any sense. Also, diplomatic. We are talking about the language. We are talking about parlance. So these two words in the first blank are the only ones that can fit. The condition sought by one from the other to name. There are certain conditions under which they will be naming a proposed ambassador. It's known as agreement. This agreement word was a clue here. Under an agreement, there will be some conditions, right? So that's what we are saying here. The words are easy. I'll take you to the next one. Okay, the answer here is scientific imagination in a specific intellectual power that is latent in everyone. Now, I hope you remember we learned about latent energy in school days. In case if you haven't learned or you don't remember anything that is dormant, still not active, okay? Hello. So here we have the latent, there is power which is hidden, not active, in every population that has learned to be curious about. Now, you have a blank and then you have something that is about. Not all the words here will take about after them. Okay? So they are curious about mechanisms. Make sense here? You know? Wary, vary, not Vary, but Wary. This means alert, and this is an adjective. You can say he was wary. That means he was cautious, he was alert about something. I cannot use it over here with the word about. Then anything that is self deprecatory. Deprecatory means critical about oneself. अपने आप को ही criticize करता है, demean करता है. That's again something I don't want to use here in this context. Diffident is a modest person, not extrovert, not confident. So we cannot say has learned to be not confident about the mechanisms. Okay? I hope other words are easy. Let's move on. I was initially a bit disappointed. I could be depressed, I could be motivated, sad, and impressed. But आगे देखो, that my daughter did not take up the puzzle. She wasn't able to do it. So that of course will not motivate me or impress me. Okay, so I might be depressed, but then this is a very small thing to be depressed about. So दे भी गया, disappointed and sad, though she was quite good at it. Okay, I cannot say she was perfectly and then good also. Good को define करने के लिए I need an adjective over here, okay, which is already an adjective, so I need an adverb over here. Quite. Next one. So this is para completion, sentence completion, whatever you want to call it. Please get going. The answer here is E. See, when you have a blank here and also that is half part of this sentence, you can just give it a rough read till here to understand the context. So most interventions have been undertaken when they suit the interests. When the Cold War ended, withering did many things. Also, feeling of hubris generated in the US by the demise of amplified its proclivities. Something happening post Cold War ended and all this. A combination of these factors led to so-called. Now the question is so-called what? How I can complete it? So-called war and conflict. But what is so-called about it? I cannot say. So-called quotation mark. This was the clue, my dear students. We say na, he is a so-called Baba. He is a so-called minister. Actually, we are saying it in a sarcastic manner. So we usually put a quotation mark and then name the so-called whatever is being named. That's why humanitarian interventions ke liye you have only one of the option where you were getting these quotation marks, especially in the Balkans and West Asia. That is not of much importance, but yes, there you go. That's your answer. समझ में आया अभी यहाँ पे? So Arvind has had quite a tenure. While he brought a lot of pizzas, this is, of course, not the kind of pizzas that you might have in your mind, okay? But to understand this, please understand what we are saying here and heft, okay? Now, PIZZ wala jo pizzas hota hai, that is a combination of something which is good, important, but at the same time very attractive. Okay, so we bought a lot of pizza and heft back. Now again, pizza and heft together also we use these set of words. Heft is lifting up of something, influence of something. Okay, so that is what is happening here. The government repeatedly failed to heed his advice. Now government is not listening. It might be frustrating to be what, being an advisor, you can say that. Of course it's a little tricky to understand. So here it might be frustrating to be what, this being is used as a gerund here, to be being an advisor with nobody to advise. What is happening? Repeatedly failed to heed his advice or consult him. They are not going to him at all. So it must be frustrating that there is no one to whom you can advise. To be good for nothing, it is too much to say. Have a sinecure position? No. Fail to do something substantial? It's not about his achievement. From the previous sentence, we get to see he is actually an advisor, a consultant, but nobody is going to him. That's what we have here. Oh, that was a good one, na? Pizzas. Shiva, the thing is that word was not of much importance in that passage. Your job was to understand that they are failing to heed the advice. I mean, even if you have this much of portion, you know what the answer is. So basically, this was just to confuse you, to put you in a spot where you are thinking hard on what is this, and you're missing out on important details. So most of the time, such things which are very odd, which you have never seen most of the times, not always, are something just given to give you impression of, oh, it's me, something might be going wrong there. Nobody can disagree that the goal of the drafters was to create a democratic republic. Even when the union territories were created, idea was to provide a flexible status to several territories. The first stage of Delhi's evolution took place in 91 when assembly was created. The time has come to enter the second. You can see here, right? The first stage. तो अभी second and final stage की बात होगी. Okay? Yeah, good. So यहाँ पे first and second stage की बात है. We can see first here. So यहाँ पे second and third final की बात कर सकते हैं. To create full state of Delhi. Because we are talking about Delhi's evolution, so we will end. If we have an option, we will talk more about it and end likewise. Okay? So we cannot say to have all states get their status elevated. See, we are specifically talking about what happened here with respect to Delhi. Okay. So if I want to talk about all of the states, I will talk it before coming to specific. Just like we think in parajumbas, think in the same manner over here. I hope there is no confusion. Please move ahead. Do this question. Come on, see. The rise of Trump surprised many. Few took him seriously, few didn't. There has been a lot of debate since his victory and what promoted people to vote for him. Okay, the answer is multi layered. It is not just one answer. And it is useful to study the relationship of the US with other part. It is about US election. What it has to do with the other parts, bhi nahi aayega. It is happy to study the opponent's weak electioneering that resulted in this outcome. Keep it on hold, maybe, maybe not. It is useful to study the strengths of Donald Trump that might have led to this triumph. Okay, keep on QT. Weakness of his opponents. We are not going to study that again. The thing, it is multi-layered. Yeah, and it is useful to study. Now what we are going to study, you will study about a person or how the person became so popular, what made him win. So it is useful to study the landscape and socio-economic reasons that might have yielded this outcome. You don't study a person who won, why he won, how he won, there is a debate over it, so we understand the reasons behind his winning. Okay, I hope you're understanding. Studying the person, is he a good personality wise, who all are there in his family, how he behaved, that's not what we want to do. We don't want to study strengths of the person with respect to campaign or without that. We want to understand the reasons hidden behind. Try and understand the whole thing over here. So that's why answer is A. So technically you could have gone with C and D, but giving sense to this previous context is only the A1. हम टेक्निकली बात कर रहे हैं ना, पर्सनल बेस पे बात नहीं कर रहे. Make sure to like and share the session, guys. Free and fair elections are integral to democracy. Democracy also implies good governance. Good part about explanation about democracy. To achieve this, elections are held. Holding simultaneous elections will ensure consistency, etc., and elections then will only be the means to achieve this and not an end in themselves. So we keep elections fair and free, coming back to the point from where we started. That's the only way to do it. If I use some other option here, it then will only be a farce. Do you even know what a farce is? It's a negative word. Okay, a farce is something like a fake thing that people put up. So I cannot use this word, my dear students. Will be an exercise to bring harmony in center and states. No, we are talking about something that is ensuring consistency, continuity, and all. Okay, farce का भी use नहीं होगा because it has nothing fake, nothing mockery kind of a thing. It will save a lot of money and efforts of government machinery. Holding simultaneous elections will ensure. See, ensure what? Not financial stability, nothing economy related, but consistency, continuity, and governance. If this part would have been something that any kind of word that related to money, then we could have said that, and then because something is happening after consistency, continuity, governance, and then THE, and then will save a lot of money. So this is irrelevant at this point. Whenever you use this, then you mean to say in the same tone, A happened, B happened, C happened, then something in the same context took place. This is what we were supposed to check here, and that's why A was your answer. Chalo. This is a very easy question, I believe. Please go through it, answer kariye. You have to rearrange also. This is not given, so you have to take odd one out and rearrange rest of them. Rearrange as well. Rearrange. Answer is E, that is odd, and the remaining arrangement goes like that. Okay. These are very common questions that we get to see in. Let's read first. The 1% pace of expansion for the year compared. Now, the year, with no year mentioned in the same sentence, makes us wonder that which year are we talking about, because we are comparing growth that happened in 2015. We need to mention a year before it, and we do get it in sentence number C. So we Japan's economy expansion at a slow pace in 16, though a modest recovery happened. Okay, so C and A are pair, and not only that, C is helping us understand that we are going to talk about what topic. It is Japan's economy. So Japan's economy के बारे में है. We have a pair. Also, we have two fixed sentences. First and the second one. D says, and quarterly growth slowed too. It starts with and, so anything before this, talking about slow growth with some kind of percentage, is going to be before D for all but 1 quarter of the year. Okay, so now I know which is the year. It's 2016. Now I'm talking about 1 quarter, and then quarterly growth को हम mention कर रहे हैं. C and D are also pair, right? Also, they'll come after C and A, so you automatically get your arrangement. CABD, and in the very same manner, E also becomes odd. So here we have our answer. It was that easy. Do the next one. Same thing you have to do. You have to figure the odd one out. Also, rearrange the rest of them. A, B, C, D, E is odd. I'll tell you how. See, DPP full form is not mentioned at all. So this will not be of much help. But DRDO's full form is in C, and then we get to C secondly is used in the sentence. So I have to make sure that C comes after something similar to this. So secondly, it enables DRDO to choose partners. The new DPP is a step in right direction, positive. We are particularly encouraged by the issue related to single vendor. So A, and then we give some context to why it is right step because we are familiar how it is happening. Secondly, it is also helping in something more, that is enabling DRDO. Apart from the industry, the new DPP will benefit all good things about DPP we are mentioning. While the initial order is of so many units, we see a huge potential given over 35,000 gypsies are due. Why are we even talking about this? So irrelevant, kiska unit, kaisa unit. That's why A, B, C, D is the correct arrangement. The flow is absolutely right, and E becomes the odd one out. Okay, cool. So that's it for this session, guys. I will see you on Monday now. We will continue doing the questions. I have one request, that make sure to like and share, be there on time, because these questions, they make you think, they make you ponder on how to understand, how to do, and the same thing you'll be doing in exam, but of course speedily, so that you have to build in your own time. Okay, continue coming to these classes. This is a new channel. We also have sessions regularly on CrackGradeB. That is the channel for regulatory exams. Okay, so do check that out. Details of more things are there in the description box below. I'll see you now on Monday. Bye. 1 to 2 is my timing.